Welcome to my yarn shenanigans. Question is, can I knit a garter shawl on 3mm needles in a week? I've got 3 skeins of this stuff, which is Hobie Christmas Universe. It's very thin. If I were to knit this so it's not like very, very loose knit, I would need a 2.5mm needle. I'm not gonna do this because 2.5mm needles don't come in interchangeable in what I have, which is Knit Pro. I don't know if they come in interchangeable, full stop. But I have the Knit Pro system. I'm not gonna change it up and spend a lot on a whole bunch of yarns just for the shawl, because that is ridiculous. I have knit garter ribbons before many times. I will have a picture up right here, so you know what I'm talking about. That was the first one I did, and the biggest one as well, and the most expensive one as well, because I use really nice yarn for that. This was on sale, so this cost me 18 euros for the 3 skeins. Now, I don't know if it shows, but this is a very, very thin. But I'm going to knit it on 3mm because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it says that is for 3mm needles and 4mm hooks. So it should be fine. It's just going to be a bit loose, which is not a problem because at least 2 of my other garter abysses are very loose as well. It's fine. But the question is, can I do this in a week? We'll see. Today's Thursday. I got these in the mail quite late. So I'm not going to start now because I'm knitting stuff for my cats. I have just started knitting a poinsettia flower. We call them kerstroos. So yeah, I've started knitting that because Salem has seen it because he was looking at stuff online with me and he has made demands and nagged at me and like literally dragged me upstairs. Well, not literally because he's a cat, but he was like running around my feet, going like up the stairs to the attic where my colored yarn is. So I was like, yes, I get it. I'll knit you the thing. So that is what I'm knitting today. Today I am distracted by amigurumi for cats. And tomorrow I will start knitting this and I will film like updates along the way and in better lighting circumstances as well, hopefully. It is getting dark really soon, to my defense. But yeah, I'm going to film updates and we're gonna see how long it actually takes me to knit a garter abyss on 3mm needles. So it is now 11:30 so 11:30 a.m. on Friday morning. I got a fairly early start. So this is what I've knit so far. This is the entire setup and section 1. So yeah, can't really tell where the setup is. It's here somewhere. It's a garter tap cast on, but it's not going to be very clear with all this sparkle. Yeah, as you can see, I still have some red before I get to any kind of green. This is a self-striping yarn. And at the start, because your rows are quite small, you start with literally 3 stitches. You will get like bigger chunks of one color, but eventually I'm gonna end up, I think, with red and green in one row because you get at least 2 extra stitches every row, and depending on how many stitch markers, now it's just the 1, but eventually there will be more. There will be more rows because it's add 2 stitches in every row, and then every odd row, it's also add another stitch via yarn over, add a stitch marker. So yeah, I'm gonna continue on and we'll see how far we get. It is now day 2. I have knit this much. I ended up not filming that much yesterday because, as you saw, I was knitting at my local yarn shop, and then I was knitting at the kebab place, and then I was knitting at the cafe, and then I was knitting a bit more back home whilst we were watching Wolverine versus and Deadpool. It's not versus Deadpool, it's both of them. But yeah, so I didn't knit. I feel like I didn't knit that much, even though I got quite a bit done. Let's see how far we get. We are now Thursday, November 21st, and this is as much as I've done. Also, Hail Krampus. Anyway, this is my second skein. I'm a third into it. Well, there's 2/3 left. Garter bus has gotten quite long. So if I wanted to do a 1 skein garter bus, I totally would have been able to finish it in a week. Now, this is supposed to go 3 skeins. Also, I normally tomorrow would have been like the last day for doing it in a week, but as I've been out the entirety of Tuesday, not Thursday, today's Thursday, Tuesday, I figured that I'd add it on Saturday and then have like 7 days of a week. But I know already that it's not going to get finished because also my wrist hurts so much. I've not been able to knit today. So I think that this challenge should change into, can I finish this before Christmas? Which is absolutely a challenge because I still have 4 hats to knit as Christmas presents. And on the 1st of December, the Hobie Advent calendar starts for knitters, which I'm also doing. So that's another, can I knit this in a week project? Well, 4 of them. So can I finish this guy before Christmas? Let's find out. We are now Wednesday the 27th, nearly full 2 weeks from, receiving and starting. And it is finished. And in true garter bus style, this will never fit frame. So this is just very quickly thrown on, probably not flattering. I can't really see because poor eyesight. But yeah, let me find this. As you can see, I have a different yarn as a border, and this is because this is mostly wool. It's got a little bit of nylon in it, if I'm not mistaken. I just checked the wrapper. I'm very much mistaken. This is 100% wool, which is brilliant because this means that it will give it some base for the blocking, because I still need to block it because at this point, the points that make it a garter bus, like the amazing wingtips, are not in it yet, so it does need blocking. And this beautiful Hobie yarn, I mean, I like this a lot more than I thought I would because I'm not that much of a Christmas person, but I really like this. It's also not prickly at all. It doesn't scratch, even though there is a metallic thread in there. Jesus, can I speak? Of course not. When could I ever? But yeah, so I don't know what the front and the back is at this point. Because color changes so often and it goes all around. But yeah, so basically what I was trying to say is that at this point it does not have the wingtips, and if I try to block this acrylic, it won't hold the wingtips because I've made another one, picture here, which is like a Beetlejuice inspired one, and that is striped, also with basically a universe and a Lang Yarns. I think it was Merino 120. I quite like those. But yeah, and the tips don't really hold because it has like, I'm not entirely sure if I ended with, because I'm talking to you and I don't have the picture with me right now. I don't know if I ended on a merino row or a acrylics row, a synthetic row. But in any case, the points don't really keep. So what I did is I have like 6 or 7 rows of pure wool in here now. And I still got quite a bit of the skein left over for other things. But yeah, so hopefully this is a big enough border for the tips to be able to take a little bit better. So I will update you when I'm blocking and once it's dry. So I suspect it will be completely finished tomorrow. So that's exciting. And then I will be able to film a reveal. And here it is, blocked. I'm going to take the pins out in a moment. There's so many pins, many pins. This takes forever to set up. But yeah, this is it stretched out in a weird way. I mean, I just kind of like start and put down more of these blocking mats as I go, and they always end up in like odd shapes and stuff. But yeah, look at the points. I hope they stay in well. We'll see during the reveal. The actual reveal where I'm wearing it, not just a look at it blocked on a mat kind of reveal. A big giant thank you to Richard, one of the proprietors of Luddites Books and Wine in Antwerp, for letting us film the reveal in their beautiful bookshop. They've also got a wine bar / cafe on the first floor, and 100% recommend. And I'm not just saying it because they let me film it there. I'm saying it because I've been a customer at Luddites for a couple of years now, and it's like my favorite bookstore ever. It's just like this cool old-timey bookstore with ladders and whatnot, and I should have filmed the shop as well, but I'm a doofus, so I forgot. But it will probably show up in one of my next videos, because if all goes well, I should be there soon enough. And you should also see this undoubtedly. But yeah, so I just wanted to shout them out quickly before I delve into the rest of this video. And that's it. It's been revealed. I'm still wearing it. Now, what went well, what didn't go well? There's no way on earth that I will not be making any mistakes in a knitted piece this big, because poor eyesight, incooperative brain and whatnot, I'm fine with this. I'm not one of those people that has to have like a perfect, there may not be any errors kind of knit pieces, so that's good. I initially started out on 3mm needles, then I moved to 3.25, but I didn't knit a full skein with those because I only had them in shorties and that really hurt my hands. And then I just moved to 3.5. And then later on, whilst knitting something else with that yarn, I found out that 3.75 would have been fine. So probably could have been a little bit faster. Now, I take it back, my initial, this cannot be done in a week. If I have enough time and I can knit it on 3.75mm needles, I can absolutely do this in a week. Hooray! Huzzah! Sorry for the screen moving around. I've not put this on a tripod because there's a lot of stuff in front of my tripods and I don't feel like moving everything. So I do apologize for the handheld quality of this all. But yeah, I like how it came out. I will enjoy this for the rest of the Christmas season, and then I shall wash it. And if needs be, block it again, because my wool one I had to reblock after I washed it. And then put it in storage till next year. I also knit a more or less matching hat. Now, I no way had enough yarn left to just do it in this yarn, because I don't know if it shows up, but this is 5 strands held together, because the only of this like sort of raspberry burgundy Christmassy color I had that sort of matched my garde-robe, see, was a Royale by Zeeman. I don't know the colorway because I lost a rubber ages ago, but like one of the giant skeins. And I basically took my yarn winder and caked like 4 cakes out of that, and I still have a giant skein. And 4 cakes because none of them are gone, and just held the strands together with one, as you can see, one of those Hobie Universe strands. What was it called again? I can't remember, but I will have the name up on screen. Yeah, so I held all of those together and knit this, and it's more or less matching. The hat is also a Hobie pattern, the Montmartre beret. So I've knit this a couple of times because it's so fun to knit and goes quite quickly as well. So yeah, that was it. Would I knit this shawl again? Oh, of course, it's the Garter Abyss. It's like my favorite type of shawl. So I will absolutely knit this again. I do apologize for filming downstairs a lot. I should have just gone upstairs into my studio where the light is at least remotely better. I won't be making that mistake again. I hope you still enjoyed this video and enjoyed following along on my knitting misadventures. But yeah, that's it for today. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more shenanigans in motion. I do more than just knitting, but there is a lot of knitting. Hit that notification bell so YouTube hopefully actually tells you when I've uploaded a new video. I think you also have to set that you want all notifications so you actually get notified. It's bizarre, and I don't know what YouTube gets up to all the time because they keep on changing their mind. They're as bad as Instagram at this point. And yeah, there will be no more cats after I stop talking because there were cats throughout this video. I think all 3 of them were in here at some point or other. And yeah, that's it for today. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye-bye!